A man drained the water from the pond, and what he found at the bottom made everyone pale. The pond had long been part of the town's folklore, sitting quietly behind rows of crumbling cottages at the edge of Millfield. Its waters, dark and opaque, reflected nothing but the surrounding trees, giving it a strange, eerie stillness that unnerved even the bravest kids. No one swam in it, no one fished, but it was always there, like an unblinking eye watching the town grow and change over decades. Liam Turner had lived his entire life within walking distance of that pond. As a boy, he would bike past it, gripping the handlebars a little tighter each time. His grandfather, a stern man who rarely told stories, once pulled Liam close and whispered, "Never go near that water. It hides more than fish." Back then, Liam laughed it off. He assumed it was just an old man's attempt to scare a curious kid. But over the years, as he grew older, he began to notice that strange things happened near the pond. Pets disappeared, foul smells came and went with no explanation. And yet, no one in town did anything. By the time Liam was in his late 30s, the pond had gone from mysterious to unbearable. The stench had become overwhelming, an acrid, putrid odor that spread across the neighborhood on warm, humid days. Children began complaining of headaches and nausea. Some families even moved away. Liam couldn't take it anymore. When the town council brushed off complaints with bureaucratic responses, he decided to take matters into his own hands. He applied for a personal land alteration permit under the pretense of creating a garden drainage system, a quiet lie. He used his savings to hire an excavator and 2 workers. His plan was simple: demolish the small stone dam that fed the pond, drain the water, and uncover whatever lay beneath. When the excavator arrived, the townspeople gathered. Some curious, others skeptical. Most believed Liam was just wasting his time. The pond was a natural feature, they said. It had always been there, but Liam had a feeling, a deep, gut-wrenching instinct, that something was wrong. The machinery groaned as the dam wall cracked, and water began to funnel out through a dugout trench. Slowly, the level dropped. At first, only silt and garbage surfaced. Rusted cans, old tires, a broken tricycle. The water turned into thick sludge, a dark soup of decaying organic matter. The stench was worse than ever. And then, something else began to emerge. Near the center of the pond, as the mud drained away, a structure became visible. Not a rock, not a tree stump, but a man-made shape. Liam climbed down with boots and gloves and approached it. It was metallic, rectangular, covered in thick layers of muck. He signaled the workers to help clear it. What they uncovered was a large, rusted hatch, like a bulkhead door from an old bunker or submarine, bolted shut, heavy, and completely out of place. The workers stepped back, alarmed. One muttered, "This ain't right, man." Liam's heart pounded. This wasn't debris. It wasn't dumped trash. This had been deliberately buried beneath the water for decades. They called for more tools, crowbars, a portable generator, lights. As night fell, the pond lay empty, like a hollowed scar in the earth. A crew of 6 surrounded the hatch. Liam gave the signal. With loud creaks and snapping bolts, they forced it open. The door gave way with a metallic groan, and a wave of cold, fetid air burst from the opening. Below the hatch was a short metal staircase, leading into darkness. Liam grabbed a flashlight and descended. What he found beneath the pond should never have been there. A room, roughly 10 feet by 10 feet, lined with decaying metal shelves, rusted equipment, and filing cabinets, bloated with water damage. But what caught his eye was the far wall, lined with glass jars, hundreds of them. Each jar contained something submerged in murky preservative fluid. At first, he thought they were animals, specimens perhaps, but then he saw one clearly under the flickering light. A human eye. Another jar held a finger. Another, a small, malformed face, eyes sealed shut, mouth agape. Liam stumbled back, nearly vomiting. The jars weren't random. They were cataloged, numbered. This was no accident. This was a lab, a hidden chamber used for something dark, inhuman. He called out to the crew. One worker stepped in, took one look, and immediately left the site. Liam shakily dialed 112, the emergency number. The operator asked what the emergency was. Liam paused, staring into the dark cellar. I think we just found. Within the hour, the area was locked down. Police arrived, then regional investigators, and finally, a team from the National Forensic Bureau. Scientists and hazmat units were dispatched. Liam was pulled aside and questioned for hours. The officials confirmed that what he had found was an underground biological testing site, likely established between 1949 and 1962. Some said it was part of a Cold War-era experiment. Others claimed it was a rogue lab run by scientists who were later silenced. One theory even connected it to Project Quiet Nest, a rumored post-World War II operation involving psychological and genetic experimentation. Whatever the truth was, it had been buried under that pond for a reason. The government quickly sealed off the area. Within days, men in hazmat suits arrived and began removing the contents. Some were incinerated on site. Others were packed into black unmarked vans. Liam wasn't allowed to speak about it. He signed multiple non-disclosure agreements. Officials told him it was a matter of national security. But the nightmares didn't stop. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw the jars, the eyes, the tiny faces pressed against the glass. Some nights he heard splashing outside his window. Even though the pond was long gone, he tried to move on. But deep down, he knew the truth had only been half revealed, and that there was more buried in Millfield than anyone wanted to admit. When the man saw clearly what was at the bottom of the pond, he immediately called 112. What Liam discovered at the bottom of the pond will shock you. Comment pond, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more dark true stories hidden in plain sight.